Hi everyone, we are in Unit 5, Fraction Operations, looking at Student Handout 5, dividing a whole number by a fraction. Okay, so we can divide whole numbers by fractions using similar methods. So we're going to remember our keep, change, flip. We also know that we can do this showing with a visual model. Okay, so we're going to look at a bar model right now for this first problem. So we have the whole number 2 divided by 3/4. So we have two whole bars. This is number 1, this is number 2, right? And we're dividing it by 3/4. So this is broken first into fourths, right? You can see that this guy is broken up into fourths. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're dividing it by 3/4. So here's one, another one, another one. Those would make one whole. And then we have another one, and another one. Another 3. 1, 2, 3 would make another whole. So we have two wholes, and then we have 1/3 of a remainder and another 1/3 of a remainder. Okay, so these two are remainders. All right, or leftovers. And of course, the leftovers or remainders would be out of thirds. So we have one whole plus another whole. That would be two wholes and 2/3 remaining. So if we looked at if we looked at this as the keep, change, flip, just to check it, right? We keep the 2/1. We change the division to multiplication, and then we flip to the reciprocal of 3/4, which is going to be 4/3. And then we just multiply straight across. So this is 2 times 4, which is 8. 1 times 3 is 3. So 8/3 is going to simplify. I can do that right over here. 8 divided by 3 means how many times does 3 fit into 8? Okay, so 3 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. And 8 minus 6 is 2, so we are left with 2 and 2/3, right? So it works. We can check off, yay, our bar model worked, all right? Let's take a look at the next one here. We have the whole number 4 divided by 1/2. Now dividing by a half is the same as multiplying by 2. Okay, dividing by a fraction, is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So if you think about this, this is literally 4 times 2, which is 8. Dividing by 1/2 is literally cutting that thing in half and you're doubling it. You now have smaller chunks, but the number, the amount, the quantity is being doubled. So we have 4. I had 4 big bars. So this was number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And then we cut them in half, right? They sliced in half. They got cut in half. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, okay? And the same deal. Keep the 4/1, change to multiplication, and multiply by the reciprocal, which is going to be 2/1, which is just 2. So 4 times 2 is 8, okay? So we can divide whole numbers by fractions. Down here, we have choose one model and solve for the problems below. So let's take a look at number 1. We're going to just use the algorithm of keep, change, flip. So we have 3/1, change the division to multiplication, times, multiply by the reciprocal, right? Flip, 6/5. So we have 3 times 6 is 18. 1 times 5 is 5. This is going to convert from an improper, remember when it's top heavy, we call it improper, to a mixed number. 5 goes into 18 3 times because 5 times 3 is 15, and 18 minus 15 is 3. So we have 3 whole times, right? There's our whole number. The numerator is our old remainder, and the denominator stays the same. It is the terminator. I'll be back. Doesn't ever go away. So 3 3/5 is your answer. 18/5 is also the answer. They are equivalent, right? They are the same exact value. One's improper, top heavy, the other is a mixed number. Same value. Number 2, same deal. Algorithm reminder or acronym is keep, change, flip. Put that 4/1. Okay, we're going to do that for every whole number. You just put it over 1 to turn it into a fraction. Change the division to multiplication. flip to the reciprocal, which is 3 over 2. I can cross cancel. 4 and 2 have common factors of 2. So 2 goes into itself 1 time, 2 goes into 4 2 times. So that becomes a 2 instead of a 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 over 1. If you didn't cross cancel, you would have gotten 4 times 3, which is 12. 1 times 2 is 2. It's still going to be 12 over 2, which just reduces to 6. Okay? Nice job. For number 3, again, we have keep, change, flip. Keep the 3 over 1. Change the division to multiplication. Flip 1/5 to the reciprocal, which is 5 over 1. Okay? Multiply straight across. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. 15 over 1 simplifies to just 15. You guys are getting a hang of this. I know you are. You are awesome. Number 4, keep the 2 over 1. Change the division to multiplication. Flip to the reciprocal of 5 over 2. Woo! Look here, I can cross cancel again. Anytime those numbers are the same, they cancel out to become 1 because of the multiplicative inverse property. Remember we learned that with our last handout. So 2 goes into itself 1 time, 2 goes into itself 1 time. It becomes just 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. That's just 5. If you forgot to do that, no worries. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is, you guessed it, 5. Same deal, okay? So if cross canceling is still a little bit out of your comfort zone, don't stress out about it, okay? You will start to see it. You will start to recognize it. You're going to start to feel really good about it. That skill will come, okay? Fantastic work taking notes and dividing a whole by a fraction. I'll see you on the back side in a minute. Thank you, guys.